everyone, welcome back to Gracie May's Tarot. So today we're going to be looking at another future spouse reading, but this one's going to be how do their friends, family, even their pets, if they have any, think of you. So how are you coming across to the people and even the animals in their innermost circle? So we've got 3 groups to choose from today. For pile 1, we have Gracie on the cat tree with the little tortoiseshell clip. For pile 2, we have Gracie on the bed looking very confused with the blue and pink hair clip. And then for pile 3, we have Gracie sunbathing on her little cat hammock and the cherry blossom pink hair clip. So this video was requested. I had pre-planned something like this, so it worked out really well. So I do read the comments, so if you have any video suggestions, just let me know and I'll try my best to accommodate that. And let's see, was there anything else I was going to say? Oh yes, this is probably a reading where you only need to pick one, like just one group. But if you're drawn to more than one pile, feel free to watch more than one. And yeah, timestamps are listed below in the description box. I don't know if I said that or not. And I will see you guys in your reading. All right, all my pile 1s, welcome to your reading. So we're going to start off with family. I'm going to use 3 different tarot decks and I'm going to shuffle on camera today. If you like this style of reading, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, we'll be using 3 different decks. So the first deck we'll use is family, second deck will be friends, and then the third deck will be pets. And then we'll just end with some oracle cards and a love message from your future spouse. Okay, so pile 1, how does pile 1's family feel about, how does pile 1's future spouse's family feel about them? Pile 1, how did future spouse's family feel about them? It's a long question. Pile 1, future spouse, what is their family thinking about pile 1? Pile 1. Queen of Swords. Okay. I love the Queen of Swords, so I think we're off to a good start. Oh wow, King of Pentacles. And can we get one more card, please? Knight of Cups. I actually just want to clarify this Knight of Cups. 6 of Wands, okay. Okay, and then bottom of the deck we have Queen of Cups. So I love that so many court cards came out for this. It's kind of funny, and this is playing out a little bit different than what I expected for this reading. But with the Queen of Swords here and the King of Pentacles, it may seem like a bit of an odd pairing. And so I feel like their family feels like they weren't expecting them to be with someone like you, but even though it seems like an odd pairing with the 6 of Wands here, they feel like it really works and they're very happy. Like you were not what they were expecting, and that may not be because you're not what they want for their, for their child or whoever, but it's more so that you are so different from their past partners. That's what I'm picking up. You're very different from who they've dated in the past, and that's why you're so unexpected, but you're coming across like a breath of fresh air. Now, for most of you watching this, well, I won't say that. I will say for most of you watching this, I am feeling like you are represented by this Queen of Swords. But if you resonate more with the King of Pentacles energy, that is totally fine. This is a general reading, so it could vary, but you're represented by one of these figures. You're not both, okay? So for some of you, you come across like the Queen of Swords where, very rational, very logical, very fair-minded, really honest, great communicator, really entertaining, and you know, like you can tell funny stories, you're really engaging, really charismatic with your words, you're easy to talk to. That's like how you come across, you know. There's no like awkward silences and stuff like that. You seem like someone who's very loyal, capable, competent, someone who really poised, graceful, has your life together. Sorry, there are like sirens going by. I live near a fire station, so there's frequently sirens, so I apologize for that. Now, for those of you who don't resonate with that energy, you're coming across as the King of Pentacles, so this divine masculine energy, someone who really enjoys the finer things in life, someone who's financially secure, if not financially abundant, someone who's successful, very career oriented, but also like work hard to play hard kind of mentality, like still enjoys life, probably likes the outdoors, very connected to nature, you know, really stable, really grounded, really practical, really reliable energy. So you're coming across as either one of these characters. And like I said, it's a bit of an odd couple, because if you're the Queen of Swords, then your future spouse is the King of Pentacles. And if you are the King of Pentacles, your future spouse is the Queen of Swords. And of course, we know this is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You don't have to be either one of those signs. That's just the energy that you're presenting with. Now, here's where it gets interesting. For the Queen of Cups being the bottom of the deck, I do feel like both you and your future spouse are really emotionally compatible. You're really understanding, really kind-hearted, really compassionate people. Someone who, like you're both really, even if both of you aren't spiritual, you do have a sense of faith and belief system, even if you wouldn't necessarily say you're religious or say that you're really spiritual and interested in tarot readings and things like that. You obviously are if you're watching this reading, most likely, but your future spouse may not necessarily be like that. But you both have a sense of understanding of like faith and trust, and like everything happens for a reason, and like maybe a general understanding of karma and the law of attraction, stuff like that. But I feel like this is where you find common ground, this Queen of Cups energy. Like, even despite your differences, despite this being maybe an odd pairing to some people, this is where you find your common ground. You really just emotionally connect and support one another. And that's where like their family sees that, and that's why they like that you two are together, because they're seeing it as a victory. And I feel like for some of you, this could be a connection that happens maybe a little bit later in life. And when I say later in life, I mean maybe around like late 20s, early 30s and onward. That's where I would pin it at, because there's kind of this energy. And listen, if you're not resonating with this, you're not resonating with this. But there's this energy that their family really wanted a grandchild. Like they really wanted your future spouse to have children. And so they're seeing this as a victory. They're like, finally, they're with someone. They're going to get married. They're going to settle down. We're going to get this grandbaby. And this grandbaby is coming across as the Knight of Cups. Okay, so the Knight of Cups here, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But I feel like this is the energy, like this is who your child would grow up to be if you choose to have children. You would be someone who is really kind of honestly like a perfect balance of you guys, like that common ground with the Queen of Cups. It's really cute then that your like future child would also be in that water energy, that really emotionally intelligent, compassionate, kind-hearted person. Like that's beautiful to me. But yes, so I would say that's enough messages for the family. Now, if you don't want to have children, leave that message. That particular message was not for you, okay? All right, let's do friends now. Future spouse. I guess I didn't really need to use so many different decks. But that saves us from like having to like clear energy and all of that. Okay, pile one, how does their future spouse's friends feel about pile one? How do their friends feel about pile one? Okay. Pile one. How do their friends feel about pile one? Oh my goodness. You are really coming across in this air energy, man. You guys have to be like very chatty, or just maybe really witty or clever, or just come across as really intelligent, really honest, decisive. Okay, and then bottom of the deck we have the High Priestess here, which love it. Okay, so yes, like I said, you do come across in that same sort of energy where, you know, just very knowledgeable, someone who has who knows about a lot of different things. Like, you're just entertaining to talk to. You can really talk to anyone, kind of like a chameleon in that way. And picking up a lot of Gemini energy. Maybe if you're not an air, like an air sign sun, maybe you have an air moon, or your Mercury's in an air sign. There's just something about you where you come across as like very smart, very capable, very put together. Like I said, kind of just that same vibe we were getting. Maybe you also have an air ascendant, but there's just something about you where you're really good with your words, and that comes across to both their family and their friends. And then with the star here, you're very hopeful, you know, like you would come across as someone who is very optimistic, someone who's really like an idealist. And I mean, this is like nothing about any of this energy suggests that they don't like you. You know what I mean? Like, you come across as like very dreamy, very spiritual, but then I feel like there's this balance here of like practicality and competence that is really interesting and cool, to be honest. And then with this Four of Pentacles, maybe you do seem a bit preoccupied to their friends, because this can, in like combination, come off as a bit serious. So, and the star here too, kind of, even though it talks about wish fulfillment and like law of attraction and manifestation, it still also talks about persistence and having trust and faith in the long run. Like, having trust and faith is still work. It's not like you're just lounging around like not doing anything. It's like actively, like you actively have to practice mindfulness. You actively have to like realign yourself when you start to doubt, when you start to question. I mean, this isn't like easy energy. Like this, it's gonna take a really long time for these intentions that she's setting to grow and manifest, you know? That's where the faith part comes in, because it takes a long time. So there is something that you seem a bit preoccupied with. Maybe this is like a career goal or a creative project. I don't know. There's just something that you're working on, some other aspect of your life that you seem really preoccupied with. And I feel like maybe this makes you a bit mysterious, maybe a little bit harder to know in terms of like connecting with their friends, because you just seem like your head is somewhere else. Like you would come across as like maybe like a daydreamer, or because I feel like maybe sometimes you get really in your head a lot and you're thinking about so many different things that it's hard for you to be fully present all the time. And so you're kind of like, I'm like this, like I resonate with this energy, but I can be super chatty, super engaging, like in my Leo energy, and then I can flip a switch and go dead silent, Gemini moon in my head, and I don't even realize it, and people are like, where did you go? Where did you go just now? Like, what are you thinking about? Why are you so quiet? Because it really is like a switch for me. I'm like either fully on or I'm fully off and in my head. And so I feel like you have a little bit of that energy as well. because there's something you're preoccupied with. I do think maybe it's financially related because we have the Four of Pentacles here. But yes, I also want to get, I meant to do this in the beginning, but let's also get some zodiac signs for pile 1. What zodiac signs are you presenting with to their family and their friends? Because we're picking up right now a lot of air, a little bit of water. Pile 1. What did I say? Gemini. Oh my goodness, you can't make this up. I said Gemini. Yeah, because I'm resonating with you guys, and that's why I was like, I have a Gemini moon, so I was picking up to Gemini. And then Taurus. Okay. So there is an aspect of you. This is interesting. I almost feel like, yeah, okay. So remember how I said in the beginning, like either you were going to resonate with that King of Pentacles or you were going to resonate with the Queen of Swords. For those of you who resonated with the Queen of Swords, you come across as that Gemini energy. And then for those of you who resonated with the King of Pentacles, you're coming across in this Taurus energy here. So, you know, Taurus, like I said, practical, reliable, very stable, very grounded. Someone who is very like goal-oriented, someone who's a hard worker, but someone who also like really enjoys like the nice things in life. And that isn't just like money related, that's like food, experiences. I would even say like traveling, you know, to a certain degree in terms of like experiencing things though. Like not travel like in Sagittarius where it's like learning, it's more of like experiencing, like I want to go eat good food, like that kind of thing. But yeah, so maybe you come across as someone who likes the outdoors, someone who's very active, maybe you're really into like health and fitness, that sort of thing. Also, like Taurus energy is very physically attractive as well. And then with Gemini, like I said, smart, adaptable, like you know so many different things about so many different topics, and that relates back to that curious mind, that lifelong learner. I could also see maybe because I'm like this, and maybe you're also someone who like always has a book with them, or you always have like a journal with you, something like that in relation to communication could also be a possibility. Or you're just like really attached to your phone, that could also be a possibility. Yes, with Gemini for sure. And then also that appreciation of duality, and I think that's why, because you see things from so many different perspectives with that Queen of Swords energy, you get along with a lot of people. Along well with a lot of people, I should say. Okay, yes. I feel like that covers it. So again, either King of Pentacles or Queen of Swords, because this reading's kind of split. I think it would be so, so, so adorable if like your future spouse was also watching this reading, and wouldn't that be cute? And one of you was King of Pentacles and one of you was Queen of Swords. That would be adorable. Okay. So now all of you, your future spouse isn't necessarily going to have a pet, right? So you're not really probably going to be able to tell if this part of the reading resonates or not, but I thought it would be kind of cute to try this out. And I did a pet reading on this channel, and it'll be linked in the description box, but it was so adorable to do. So I thought this would be a cute little thing to add in here. So for pile 1, how does their pet, if they have a pet or if they have multiple pets, what do they think about pile 1? How do they get along with pile 1? Do they vibe? Okay, let's give it just another shuffle. Of course, I'm using my cat tarot deck, one of them. Okay, pile 1. Future spouse, their pets, how do they feel about pile 1? Aww, that's perfect. Okay, let me get 2 more cards and then I'll say my piece here. Oh, this is cute. Oh, this is so cute. One more card, please. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is adorable. It's always so, so cute when you do a pet reading. Okay, and then bottom of the deck we have 2 of Sky, which is the 2 of Swords. So, with the 2 of Swords being here at the bottom, I think at first they may not be sure what they think about you. You know, they're a little bit indecisive. They're like, like, I'm just gonna have to see how this goes. Like, intuitively, they feel okay about you, but maybe they've gotten attached to one of your future spouses, like past partners, or maybe they are just, in general, a more cautious pet. But could be maybe they're a little bit indecisive. Also, for some of you, if they have multiple pets, one of them may really, really love you and the other one may be a bit standoffish. Take what resonates. If they have more than two, then this is a complicated reading, okay? Now, for most of you though, I feel like that doesn't last very long, because with the Lovers, the Six of C or the Six of Cups, and the Wheel here, they feel like it's very good luck that you have come into the picture. They are really liking you. It could be that they weren't maybe a fan of your future spouse's past partners, or maybe they were and they missed them, but they think it's really good luck that you're in the picture now, especially too if like you are home a lot, then they don't feel as alone. So I think that is something that is very cute. And then with the Lovers and the Six of Cups, they feel like a soul spiritual connection with you. Like, they are all about you. This may be one of those dynamics where you come into the picture and they almost forget about your future spouse. Like, you are like, they are now your baby. Like they are all about you. Like, they would come and they would cuddle on your lap instead of your future spouse's lap. Like they would just be like eating up all the attention that you're getting, that you're giving to them. Yes. And I do feel like with the Six of Cups, you probably do spoil them a bit, maybe with treats, and maybe that's why they gravitate towards you a lot. Or maybe you buy them toys or like cute little, like, I don't know, beds, or I don't know what you do. It's gonna depend on what kind of pet it is. But there's something here about you spoiling them as well. Like, you're giving them a lot. It's either you're buying them things, or you're giving them a lot of treats, or you're spending a lot of time with them, you're giving them a lot of affection. My cat even just likes it when I compliment her. Like, it's ridiculous. But there's something to that for sure. But either way, they're very cozy. They're like just as in love with you as your future spouse is in love with you. It's so cute. Oh my goodness, this is adorable. This is like the best possible outcome, I think. Okay, so let's just get some oracle cards to talk about, in general, your relationship with your future spouse, because we may as well. So future spouse, love reading, pile one. What's the dynamic with pile one and their future spouse? What's the dynamic between pile one and their future spouse? We'll get one more card. We're not getting that many. Whoops. Okay. And then let's get one of these cards as well. Pile one and their relationship with their future spouse. Ooh, we've got wisdom. Yeah, I think I just want one from this, because I don't want this reading to turn out too long. Pile one, how does their future spouse see them? Pile one, how does their future spouse see them? And, okay, yes. All right, so with gifts, this could be either your love language or your partner's love language, or maybe it's both of you. But there's a lot of gift giving, and I don't feel like it necessarily has to be anything like super expensive or lavish or crazy. But it's, you know, it's the little things. Like, you know, they buy you things to show you that they're thinking of you, that, or maybe you're like this. But I think there's just a lot of thoughtful gifts, and a lot of gifts that you know, it looks like they really put some effort and some consideration into this. And yes, like they bought me this because they saw it and it reminded them of me. Like it's very sweet energy. And honestly, given that we had the King of Pentacles show up, this doesn't surprise me. Like if I had to say like what would the King of Pentacles love language be, I would definitely feel like, especially because we also got Taurus, I could see gift giving being definitely up there. Gift giving and probably quality time. Maybe acts of service, but definitely gift giving for sure. And then with memories, like I said about quality time, lots of quality time, lots of adventures for sure. I do feel like this is a very fun connection because I would kind of see you guys having a lot of banter back and forth because you are a bit of like an odd pairing, but it works. And that's what makes it kind of fresh and exciting because I feel like the King of Pentacles really tries to keep up with like the verbal chatter and like sometimes unpredictability of the Queen of Swords with Gemini energy. And they just find the Queen of Swords like very entertaining and different and unique and just so special. And then the Queen of Swords would really love the King of Pentacles, like fun loving, energetic, let's go out and do something, let's explore, because that would appeal to her like curious nature. So it works, it works. And then there's that emotional connectedness with the Queen of Cups energy coming from both people together, both partners. So it's really beautiful. And then with influence, I know this card is probably meant to come across as like negative, but I feel like it's, especially with like all the like the galaxy print here and the sparkles, it kind of makes me feel like you two are a positive influence on each other in the sense of like hyping each other up. Like you whisper like positive affirmations to each other. Like there's this sense of like really encouraging the other person to be their best self. And I say that because the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles would really come together and be like a power couple. I mean, they would really like hype each other up because they're so goal oriented, and they both come across honestly as very self-disciplined energies. But with you guys both also presenting with the Queen of Cups and like that compassion, I feel like there's just this beautiful balance between discipline and compassion of like being sympathetic to each other, but also motivating and pushing each other like when it's appropriate. So I love this. I really love this pairing. I really do. With wisdom, I feel like there's just going to be a lot of lessons learned. You're going to grow together a lot. This is the kind of union where you come together and you build something. So you're building a legacy, a business, a home, a family. There's just something here that's going to outlast your marriage. Okay? Like there's something you're going to build that is lasting, you know, in addition to just a beautiful life together. Okay? And then coffee break here. This is very cute. Your future spouse feels like you're always going a mile a minute, either actually, you know, physically moving around doing a lot of things, or your mind is just going a mile a minute. They find it hard to keep up with you sometimes, but they also want you to rest. Like they want you to sit down, enjoy a cup of coffee, and rest. Like they really want you to have more balance, because as hard as the King of Pentacles works, he also knows how to enjoy life. And I feel like for those of you who were resonating with that Queen of Swords energy, the King of Pentacles here really wants you to have balance. Really wants you to have balance. Let's actually get another card. So this to me would represent the Queen of Swords. Let's get a card to represent the King of Pentacles in case you are resonating with that energy. How would the future spouse feel about the King of Pentacles? Autumn. I love that. So if you resonated with the King of Pentacles energy, then your future spouse would see you as someone who really knew how to make the most of things. Because if you think about autumn, it's the season that's right before winter. So things are falling away, things are being released, you know, like the trees turn their colors, they let go of their leaves, they fall to the ground, and it happens every year, right? Because that makes room for the rebirth in spring, right? The renewal, but you have to let go to eventually get to that renewal. But first you have to prepare for the hard winter, like, right? So is this idea of like still making the most of things, because everyone loves autumn. Like that's kind of like a running joke that it's like one of the everyone's like most beloved seasons. So even though it's like a season of like death in a way, or like the preparation for death, I don't know how exactly you would want to phrase it, but it's still fun, it's still enjoyable. There's still a lot of holidays to celebrate, a lot of like fun things to do in autumn. So I feel like even in the toughest of circumstances, the King of Pentacles shows up as someone who makes the most of things, you know, and uses everything to their greatest advantage. Okay, let's clear these away. And then I pre-pulled a love oracle message from your future spouse, because these heart-shaped cards are like a nightmare to shuffle. So pre-pulled this for you so you can look at the picture, and then we'll read this. It says, surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and it will all work out. That's literally the autumn card. I didn't even realize. That's literally the autumn card that we were just talking about. Oh wait, where did I put it? I'm like looking around. Yeah, that's this card in a nutshell, surrendering. Yeah, like a tree has to let go of its leaves in the fall to get the rebirth in spring. Could be too. This may be a little hint from the universe. If you resonate with this, maybe you're gonna be meeting your future spouse in the springtime. Possibly. Maybe your relationship is mirroring the seasons, okay? So maybe you'll meet in the spring, and then your relationship will progress, and then maybe you'll get married in like the following spring, or like whatever spring follows that. You know what I'm saying? Like whether you're together 3 years or 5 years before you get engaged, I don't know, but it's like you'll meet in the spring, and sometime in the future you'll get married in the spring. Or maybe you'll get engaged in the spring and then marry the following spring. There's something here about spring and rebirth, because you have to surrender and be patient when you're waiting for this person to come in. Yes, there's something about that. Okay, so pile 1, this was your reading. I hope that it resonated. If you like this style of reading, let me know in the comments. If you want more future spouse readings, any video suggestions, just let me know. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you always know when I'm uploading. And yeah, please take care of pile 1. I will see you in my next one. Alright, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be shuffling on camera today, and we're going to start off with how does their family feel about you. So pile 2, how does the family feel about pile 2? Pile 2's future spouse's family, how do they feel about pile 2? And so I'm going to use 2 other tarot decks, and so the second deck we'll use will be friends. Third deck will be pets if they have any. Then we'll get some oracle cards just about your general like relationship, and then we'll end with a love message from your future spouse. Okay, so how does the family feel about pile 2? How is pile 2 coming across to the family? Beautiful. Okay. Oh, wow. Bottom of the deck, we have 9 of Pentacles. Okay. They are a fan. They really like you a lot. With the 2 of Cups here, they really like your connection with your future spouse. They feel like you have a very fair, very balanced, very healthy, very loving, very supportive. Like everything here is mutually balanced. At least that's how it comes across to the family. So they feel like you treat your future spouse really well. Like they feel like you're really respectful, you're really kind, you're really giving, really nurturing, really supportive. They just feel like you guys have great chemistry together. Like you just work well together. You know, they see you two as a team. And I feel like you were also at the heart of a lot of family celebrations. So they see you as like part of the family, like you're connected to everyone. You know, they really bring you in like you're a member of this family now. You know, like it's very close knit. They probably have a large family, or they just have a family that really values togetherness. So like you would likely spend like a lot of holidays. This may be a situation where you have a close relationship with your in-laws and you talk to them on the phone, you know, if you do live far apart, stuff like that. There's just a big sense of closeness here. And then with the Nine of Pentacles here, the way she's like reading in the garden too, makes me feel like for some of you, this may not resonate, but it makes me feel like they see you as someone who, yes, is hardworking, but also knows how to relax. And it's again that kind of attitude of balance. And I also feel like for some of you too, you could potentially have a partner who is like financially supporting you, and maybe you stay at home and take care of like, you know, the affairs at home. That message may only resonate for some of you, but definitely there's a lot of financial abundance in this marriage for sure. With the Nine of Pentacles, this is a really secure marriage financially. And then with the Ace of Wands too, I feel like it could be that you came into your future spouse's life quite suddenly. And so maybe it was like, wow, like this relationship moved really quickly. So like maybe you don't date long before you're engaged, or maybe you just come into this person's life unexpectedly. There's just something there about it being very fast moving with the Ace of Wands. Also too, there's a level of passion here, of creativity. So they see how attracted to each other you are. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are probably pretty big on PDA. If you're not big on PDA, then your future spouse definitely is, and maybe they are converting you a bit. Let's find out which zodiac sign you're presenting as to the family. Now, this doesn't have to be your actual sign. This is just how you're coming across to them. Aw, Cancer. I love it. Bottom of the deck is Sagittarius, so that could be where that Ace of Wands is coming in. And also the Three of Cups, because Sagittarius knows how to have a good time and is also like adventurous, definitely big on truth, very honest and forthcoming. But I feel like that's why they welcome you into the family, because A, you know how to have fun and you're just really likable, but also they feel like you're trustworthy. You know, like Sagittarius is very honest energy. And then with Cancer here, remember how I said maybe some of you will take care of the home life? Maybe some of you are like really nurturing. Of the Cancer, I always think of like maternal energy. It's really protective, you know, it's very much about the home and like coziness and making sure everyone's taken care of and responding to everyone's needs and that sort of thing. So yeah, I do feel like there's a little bit of like a dreaminess to you in that way, with Cancer, of like really being very nurturing, very loving, very supportive. But then there's a really cool balance here between this Cancer and this Sagittarius energy that you're coming across as. So they probably think you'll be a really good parent as well. Okay, all right, so that's what we were picking up for the family. Let's find out what's going on with the friends. Okay, pile 2. How do the friends of pile 2's future spouse feel about pile 2? I'll actually put these cards away. Okay, pile 2. How do pile 2's future spouse's friends feel about pile 2? Pile 2. like this. Okay, and then bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a little bit interesting. So to the friends, it feels like you work a lot. It feels like there's something that you are really busy with. Now, this can be something like, definitely something creative. Maybe you have like a passion project that you're really interested in. Maybe you have like a side hustle that you're really big into. Maybe you are just known for a certain hobby. Like maybe you're known to be into tarot cards, or you're known to be a big reader, or an artist, or someone who's really into music. Something creative I'm picking up. Or something spiritual even, but definitely something creative. Maybe you write poetry. I don't know. There's like, maybe you like to knit a lot. There's just something there that you're coming, like you're known for that. Maybe too, maybe you're known for like being good with kids. Maybe you work with children. I don't know. There's just something there about, you seem really busy though. I feel like, remember how I said we were getting that maternal energy with Cancer? Maybe it's that you seem like you take care of everyone and you're really there for other people. And so you seem like you're handling a lot for a lot of different people. You know, you mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. This is a general reading, so some of these messages may resonate and others may not, because I'm getting a lot here. This is playing out a lot less straightforward than the family messages. With the Knight of Pentacles, there is definitely, like I said, more earth energy and more like relation to like work and like the material, which is interesting. But there's still that that kind of like fiery energy. I just associate the Fool card with Aries, I guess because it's the start of the zodiac wheel and this is the start of the tarot. But that sense of like optimism and adventure also reminds me of Sagittarius when I think about the Fool and taking a leap of faith. Remember how I said too with the Ace of Wands, it seems like this relationship progressed really quickly. I feel like that's where the Fool card is coming in, because the Fool card also talks about new love and taking a leap of faith towards the unknown, which you do when you start a new romantic partnership, right? Yeah, so I feel like that comes across as well to the friends of like, wow, like they haven't known each other that long, or like this relationship is moving a lot faster than like what we were expecting. But I don't think it comes across as negative. It kind of seems like you don't have a super close connection with the friends. I feel like you're way more connected with the family than you are with the friends. Like way more connected with the family. Because I feel like they don't see a lot of you. And I feel like that's why the energy is a bit confusing. Because I don't feel like they have I don't feel like they have a firm grasp on who you are. Let's confirm that with the zodiac signs. Let's see if we're right on that, or if I'm right on that. What zodiac sign, what energy is pile 2 presenting with to the friends of their future spouse? Please, Spirit. Yeah, Virgo and Aquarius. See, that's so random. Now, if you resonate with one of these energies, then that's okay, but yeah, like this is so random. Like there's a Virgo with the Pentacles, but that's so different than what we got with the family, right? Yeah, I feel like they don't have a firm grasp on who you are, because these are also pretty different energies. There's not a lot in common between Aquarius and Virgo, because Virgo is a bit like a perfectionist and a bit controlled and very poised and put together, very detail oriented. And Aquarius is like the unique space cadet, like I don't mind being weird, I don't mind being different. They pride themselves on that. So they're kind of like opposing energies. I feel like they don't really know you that well. Like I don't feel like they really have a firm grasp of who you are, to be honest. They just see you as really busy, someone who's working on something or is like super into some sort of project. They feel like the relationship moved quickly. I don't see that they don't like you. I just feel like they don't really know you or get you, or I don't know. They're just like, they're not really, yeah, I don't feel like they have a close connection with you. I don't feel like they're seeing you very clearly. Pile 2. All right, so your future spouse may not have any pets. They may have multiple pets. We're just gonna do the best we can with this part of the reading. I just thought it would be really cute. So you're not really, I guess, gonna know if this part of the reading resonates or not, but it'll still be fun, so why not? Okay. And I'm using my cat tarot deck, but I mean, obviously they could have a dog or a fish or whatever. Okay. This also came out in pile 1. I like this card. Okay, so let's focus in a little bit more. Pile 2. How does pile 2's future spouse's pets feel about... Oh my goodness, I love this. Let's get one more card. Oh, this is so cute. This is so cute. Okay, bottom of the deck with 6 of Sky, which is the 6 of Swords. This really talks about moving on, moving into a better phase, like leaving behind conflict and, you know, really just moving on for something that was like chaotic. So you represent like a positive shift for their pet. Like they're like moving into calmer waters. So I feel like maybe your future spouse has an ex they really, really didn't like, or maybe they had roommates they really, really didn't like. I don't know. But there was someone in your future spouse's life before that they really did not like, and you coming in feels like magic to them. It feels like so much better, so much more comfortable. You feel like a stroke of good luck. It's so cute because cat magic, I mean, this is the magician. So it's like so adorable to think that their pet like manifested you. So cute. But with the Sea King and the Sea Queen, so yeah, that Cancer energy coming back again. These are both water signs, or representing water. So Pisces, Cancer, and wow, am I really blanking? Oh, Scorpio, duh. Sorry, I've been at work all day. So yeah, Sea King and Sea Queen. They feel like you and either one of two ways here. Either you and your future spouse are a really good match and they feel like you fit in with the little family. So you, future spouse, and the pet, like 3 peas in a pod. The pet is very happy with you. They feel like you fit right in. Also, another possibility, the pet feels like you're a perfect match for them. Like they really find you very nurturing, very kind and sweet to them, and they just have a really affectionate relationship with you. I think is very cute. Okay, so see, the pet reading is always adorable and pretty straightforward usually. Okay, so now we'll just get some oracle cards to see what the dynamic is between you and your future spouse, what your relationship is like, what will define your relationship, because I feel like we may as well do a mini love reading while we're here. So future spouse and pile 2, what's the dynamic in their relationship? What's the dynamic in the relationship? What's the dynamic in the relationship? Whoa, too many. Oh, remember how I said family? You were really connected with the family? And then bottom of the deck, we have passion. This to me is echoing that Ace of Wands we got in the beginning where I said it was really going to be really passionate and you could be like a PDA type of couple. Definitely getting that. I want to get the rest of the oracle cards before I fully jump into this. So pile 2, 1 card to represent the dynamic, please, Spirit, between pile 2 and their future spouse. Pile 2 and their future spouse. Aww, gratitude. And then let's get a card to represent how pile two's future spouse sees them. How does pile two's future spouse see them? Interesting. Okay. You all have an interesting story. Okay, so with this forgiveness card, either you dated your future spouse in the past and it didn't work out, and there was some forgiveness, some learning, some growing, and you came back together, or you knew each other when you were younger and you never had a romantic partnership, but maybe there was like a false start in the connection, and then, you know, soulmates, red thread of fate kind of energy. You come back together when you're older, and there's forgiveness and understanding now, okay? But there is something here about forgiveness. So either like you had a false start in this connection, or this is someone you were with in the past, okay? And I say that also because to me this is like echoed by guarded. So either there was a false start and that created like an emotional wall up, maybe some like distrust, you know, if there was hurt from a breakup in the past, that definitely explains that. It could also be too, for those of you who are resonating with like neither of those messages, could also be that you've had, or they have had, a lot of painful heartbreak in the past, either with multiple partners or with just one really big loss. This created some emotional guards, some walls up around, you know, your heart, and you really had to forgive and let go of the people from your past before this person could come in, your future spouse. You had to do a lot of healing before you meet your future spouse, or they had to as well. That's what I'm getting from these two cards. But it tells me that there's a lot of maturity here in this connection. And then with family, you could definitely have a family with this person if that's something you're interested in. And this also to me echoes that message we had in the beginning of you are just really a part of the family. You are really integrated with their family. You know, this is more than just a romantic partnership. You are their family now. And then 4-4, there's a lot of stability in this connection. And I think there's a sense of gratitude because if you did have a false start with this person, or if you lost them in the past and they came back, of course you would be grateful that it all worked out. Of course you would. Or even if you've been hurt a lot in the past and your future spouse is a totally new person to you, of course you would be grateful because you know what a bad partnership looks like. So to finally have someone give you the love that you deserve, of course you would be grateful for that. And then rescued, yeah, I feel like a lot of you have been hurt in the past. You've been really, really deeply hurt. And it does feel like this person comes through and kind of like that knight in shining armor, or hate to say it like that, but I mean, sometimes it can feel like that. Like, where were you my whole life? That kind of feeling. Yeah, and even if they hurt you in the past and then they came back, it's kind of this feeling of like, I couldn't be there for you before, but I'm here for you now kind of feeling. Yeah, so anytime the phone rings during a reading, definitely take that as confirmation. I hate having a landline. Okay, so, yeah, so now we'll just end with a pre-pulled oracle love message from your future spouse. I pre-pulled this because these heart-shaped cards are a nightmare to shuffle, and I didn't want to subject you guys to me being frustrated with them. So this is the picture, and then we'll read the message. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. I do feel like there's a very healing aspect to this marriage, which makes me happy because I do feel like there was a lot of like growth on your own, and then a lot of emotional maturity. You both probably went through a lot of lessons, and now you have a really stable foundation to build a long-lasting, healthy, happy marriage together. Okay, pile 2, this was your reading. I hope it resonated. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. I'm so grateful for all of the support, and I will see you guys in my next one. Please take care, pile 2. All right, last but not least, we have pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to be shuffling on camera today. The style is going to be a little bit different. We're going to start with family messages with the Everyday Witch Tarot, and then we'll move into the Fairy Tarot for the friends, and then we'll use the Cat Tarot for pets, because we're also going to look at pets. Then we'll do a mini love reading with some oracle cards, and then we'll end with a message from your future spouse's higher self. Okay, so pile 3, how does pile 3's future spouse's family feel about them? How does pile 3 come across to the family? How is pile 3's future spouse's family viewing them? How is pile 3 viewed by the family? Pile 3. Ooh, this also came out in pile 2. Okay, and bottom of the deck we have the Hanged Man reverse, which makes sense with the Chariot because this talks about standing still and this talks about movement. So, interesting. All right, so I feel like to pile 3's future spouse's family, to the family, you come across, well, let me say this. I feel like the family is really appreciative of the lengths that you have gone in order to make this marriage, this relationship work. Like they can tell by the effort that you have put in that you are going to be a really good spouse. And they value that and they recognize that and they appreciate that. They're like, oh, this person like genuinely loves and cares for, you know, the future spouse. Like they really, like their heart is in the right place. And so I feel like that helps the family really welcome you in. Because with the Judgment card here, it's like they've judged your heart and they judge it well. Like they're like, yes, like this person has a good heart. You know, like they have the best intentions. They're really willing to make this marriage work. And, you know, you just come across as like really kind, really sweet, like good-natured, good-hearted. And then with the Ace of Wands and the Chariot, I do feel like maybe for some of you, this connection starts off as long distance and you make the effort to move to be with this person and the family recognizes that and appreciates that you like changed your whole life to be with them. And, you know, that makes them feel like, okay, like they are sincere, that they really, truly care about the future spouse. And with the Ace of Wands here, this is going to be a really like passionate marriage. And so I feel like maybe you do show some PDA around the family. But for the most part, to me, these two cards are really going really well together. It feels like you took a chance on this. And the family recognizes that you took a big chance. You took a big risk on this marriage. And they like appreciate that and they feel like your heart is genuine because you took this risk. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, to me, this being the bottom of the deck, this can be read two different ways. So if you resonate with the Knight of Pentacles, if you feel like, yeah, I could see myself as the Knight of Pentacles, then this is the family being like, wow, like this person is like really stable, really reliable, really practical, really grounded, you know, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy. And yet they were willing to take a big risk like this. Like, wow, like they are like really, really into the future spouse, like romantically. Or if this is representing your future spouse, which could also be, you know, a possibility given that this was the bottom of the deck energy especially, this is like the future spouse is someone that is normally like very The Knight of Pentacles, like, yeah, the Knights move quickly, but the Knight of Pentacles is like the slowest moving knight. So this person doesn't take a lot of risks normally. And so the fact that like they would take a risk, a chance on you, says a lot. And maybe both of you represent this energy. Like maybe it's out of character for both of you to take such a big leap of faith and love. And so it's kind of like, wow, like they're really into each other, like to be able to take a chance like that. And so I feel like the family really recognizes that. And so of course they're supportive of the union, you know, like they want the best for you two. Okay, that was a good way to start. I'm happy that I haven't had to tell anyone yet that the family hates them. I was like, I hope that's not the case for any of these groups. Okay. So, pile 3, how does pile 3's future spouse's friends feel about pile 3? How is pile 3 coming across to the friends of the future spouse of pile 3? Pile 3 and the friends, how is how is pile 3 coming across to the friends? Interesting. How's pile 3 coming across to the friends? How is pile... 8 of Swords. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, okay. Bottom of the deck we have the Sun. Okay, that makes me happy because I was a little bit worried at first. I actually want to use my little unicorn deck here. These crystal unicorn cards are so cute. But let's clarify this. I actually want to clarify quite a bit. Let's clarify the 3 of Swords, please, Spirit. Let's clarify the 3 of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Let's clarify the Hanged Fae. The Hierophant. And let's clarify the 8 of Swords. That just kind of came out. Let's clarify the 8 of Swords. Strength. Okay, this is making a lot more sense now. Bottom of the deck we have 6 of Swords. Beautiful. Okay, I was a bit worried, I'm not gonna lie. When the 3 of Swords came out and the Hanged Fae and the 8 of Swords, I was like, oh my god, like what is going on here? Because the 3 of Swords is the card of heartbreak. And then the Hanged Fae, I was like, that's such an opposition to the Chariot that we got with the family. Like, this is like stagnant, stuck, you know, trying to see things from a different perspective, energy. And then the 8 of Swords is like feeling trapped and blindfolded and unable to like get out of like self-imposed circumstances. And I was like, what is going on? Thankfully, we have the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles. But now that we have clarified all of this, I feel so much better. Okay. So, the 3 of Swords clarified here by the 10 of Pentacles. The Hierophant clarifies the Hanged Fae. The Strength is clarifying 8 of Swords, and 6 of Swords is bottom of the deck energy. You are a breath of fresh air to the friends. The friends feel like your future spouse has just been heartbroken. They have been stuck and stagnant in bad relationships for a while, or maybe they were really hung up on an ex at one point and you were like the sunlight pouring in. You could be a Leo possibly, or you just have that energy about you, that like friendly, generous, lovable, sociable energy, the like happy sunshine. You're kind of coming across like Little Miss Sunshine to the friends in a very good way. Yeah, they see you as so much more stable and secure. They see you as like finally the future spouse has moved on from their ex, from past pain, from past hurt, and they're finally moving in a better direction with you. They finally found love. Like, you represent a new start, and you're also like secure financially, or you're able to build that with your future spouse, and like they recognize that. Maybe their ex took advantage of, maybe your future spouse's ex took advantage of them financially, and the friends were like wary of that, and they're grateful to see that you're not like that. They do see you as like someone who's, you know, more on the traditional side. They feel like you have good values. Feel like you have a good head on your shoulders. They see you as like marriage material. Like, yes, like you are a million times better, I think, than whoever they were with before. And I forgot to do this in the beginning. Sorry, that was probably really loud. Try to do it a little more quietly. Let's get the zodiac signs that you are presenting with to the family and friends. Pile 3, what zodiac sign are you coming across as to the family and friends? What zodiac sign are you coming across as to the family and friends? Okay, so bottom of the deck we have Aries. I think that's why I was picking up some fire energy. I was picking up Leo, and I still feel Leo. But if you resonate more with Aries, we did have the Ace of Wands before. That does make me think of Aries, like the spark and the fire. So that's a possibility for a few of you. I think most of you come across with Cancer or Capricorn energy. I think definitely Capricorn, because we have a lot about Pentacles, and we got the Knight of Pentacles before. And remember how I said usually you're really like cautious, stable, secure, reliable, like you really think things through, you're really practical, disciplined, loyal, hardworking, all that stuff. Yeah, I do feel like normally you're very like slow and steady, but with this marriage you took a chance, you took a risk, and it pays off for sure. And I feel like also with Cancer here, I just feel like they see you as very loving and nurturing, and like again, like very kind-hearted, very emotionally supportive to the future spouse. You know, and I do feel like Cancer would be marriage material, because you think about building a happy home with somebody, you kind of think of Cancer, because they really take care of the home, which is beautiful energy. Yeah, man, whoever their ex was, or maybe they had a string of bad relationships, but the friends were like just exasperated, and then when you come in, it's like the sun after a storm. They're just like, thank goodness, like all that drama is over and done with. We were so sick and tired of seeing our friend being mistreated in this way. Okay, so let's get our oracle messages now. Okay, so pile 3, what is their dynamic with the future spouse? Oh man, I skipped right over pets. Just kidding. Okay, so we don't know, of course, if your future spouse has any pets. Maybe they have multiple pets, maybe they just have one. We'll not know. But it's a general reading, so it's gonna vary. But this part of the reading will just be fun, right? Okay. So pile 3, how does pile 3's future spouse's pets, if they have any, or pet, feel about pile 3? How do they feel about pile 3? I'm feeling this one actually. Oh my goodness. Okay. Bottom of the deck we have the 3 of Earth, which is the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So not all messages are going to be positive. So for some of you, maybe your future spouse has a pet that has passed on, and it was as a pet that they cared about dearly, and so they don't have a pet now. That could be a possibility for some of you. For others of you, I'm not going to lie, their pet's not really a fan of you. Oh, they don't really like you. I'm sorry. With the Tower, it's like whoever their pet is being really dramatic about this. With the Tower, with the 5 of Sky, this is the 5 of Swords in this deck. This is the card of external conflict. And this is the card of like everything crumbling down. And then the 3 of Pentacles, typically this is a positive card, but to me it's coming across as like this is going to be a lot of work. to get this pet to even let you like pet them or hold them or touch them, or they're probably really possessive of your future spouse. Maybe at best they're ambivalent towards you, but I'm not gonna lie, this feels pretty hostile. Oh, they don't like you. They don't. I'm sorry. They're not a fan. Yeah, maybe they have like a small dog. I used to have a dog who was part Chihuahua, and she was very possessive like that. You know, she had her person and she didn't really care for anyone else. Or maybe they just have like a cat that's like standoffish, or maybe hisses at you every time you try to pet it, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. Out of all three groups, though, I guess it's best that the pet doesn't like you. At least their family likes you and their friends. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting with that. They're not a fan. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get some, that cracks me up. I'm sorry, pile 3, it's not funny. Okay, let's get some cards to illustrate the dynamic between pile 3 and their future spouse, please, Spirit. What is the dynamic between pile 3 and their future spouse? The dynamic between pile 3 and their future spouse. Dynamic between, aww, love it. Okay. Bottom of the deck we had commitment. That's just confirming what we already know, but I still like to see it. Okay, I'm gonna get all the oracle cards before I get into these. So one card, please, Spirit, to represent the dynamic between pile 3 and their future spouse. One card to represent the dynamic between pile 3 and their future spouse. Agreement. And then here it is. So now we'll get one card to represent how your future spouse sees you. How does pile 3's future spouse view them? Pile 3's future spouse. I actually feel like I just want one card, so I'm going to put these back. Sometimes I'll take 2 cards if I'm just asking for one, but if it doesn't resonate or if it doesn't feel, I don't know, it's like a gut feeling. If it doesn't feel right, if it feels like maybe my hand just slipped or something, I don't take it. That's just how I read cards. So I like to explain that to you if you're like, why isn't she taking it? That's why. Okay. And yeah, okay, so now we have everything. Romance speaks for itself. I feel like this is definitely, especially if this starts off as a long distance relationship, I feel like you have to work extra hard in a long distance relationship to keep the magic going, to keep the interest and to keep the spark, because I mean, you don't have the benefit of being able to see them and touch them and be near them, and it involves like a lot of trust, and like your communication has to be on point, and you really have to get creative, like trying to do dates like long distance, and finding ways to connect with one another long distance. So if that's the case and that message resonates with you, I feel like that sets you up really well for when you are living in the same place, that, you know, you've already been putting in all this effort, so it just blossoms into an even deeper connection, and then you're so excited just to be able to be in the same space with each other that, you know, you really do appreciate genuinely the quality time and the date nights. Like, you really prioritize that, and that makes it a very romantic connection where you really just do a lot for each other and you really value each other. And yeah, I think it's really beautiful. And then with true love, definitely could represent like a soulmate connection, a spiritual connection. Always like to see that in a marriage reading to signify that, you know, this relationship really does have like good bones in it, like a good structure, a good solid foundation to go the distance. Love to see that. And then with control being here in the middle, I feel like this is coming across in two different ways. One, be very careful if this does start as a long distance relationship that you don't try to control how things unfold, and really try to connect to the present moment and have a sense of acceptance that you are long distance and you don't try to force things, you know, and you really have to express trust towards your partner and they have to give that back to you. I think also with control, remember how we were picking up that your future spouse had a rough time in love, at least according to their friends, before they met you? I feel like you're a signal that this is the end to that, and that's why I said be careful about exerting too much control, because I feel like your future spouse is hypersensitive to that, and they've been controlled in the past, and so they're easily triggered in that area. And so that's just something to be mindful of and respectful of, that is a trigger for them, okay? Because they've had that in the past. They've had to deal with people trying to control them in a way that was really manipulative and, you know, toxic. So, you know, just be careful of their heart and gentle with them in that way. And then with agreement, I feel like you really have a marriage that's based upon this idea that we're both going to try our best to put in equal effort. And if we have a fight, if we have a disagreement, the idea is that we love each other enough to compromise and to put into the work to be what the other person needs. Like, we have a mutual understanding of what we want this marriage to look like. We're in agreement for what the goal is for this marriage and our life together. And I think that's beautiful. Like, essentially, you're on the same page, okay? And then with this thinking of you card, I really feel like this does start off as long distance, because there's just this idea of like, you know, I'm alone right now and I know that you're with me in spirit, but you're not here physically, and like I can't stop thinking about you. I can't stop daydreaming about you. I just want to hear your voice. I think that's where the romance comes in too, like just hearing your voice. And even with the music here, that makes me think of like your voice is music to my ears. There's just something here about your voice, and they just want to hear your voice. Like, yeah, there's just something very like melancholic about this energy of like, I know you're mine, but you're not here with me, and that makes it hard. Okay, so maybe your future spouse is trying to manifest you right now, or like I said, this just starts off as long distance, but they are always thinking of you for sure. And I feel like when I asked how they view you, it's like, well, I can't stop thinking about them. Like, they're just always in my head. Like, they're just very, it's very like head over heels kind of energy. And maybe that's why things progress so quickly, because they're just so enamored, you know, like they just truly, truly adore you. And then for your channeled love message, well, not channeled, sorry, I've been doing a lot of those readings. A love message from your future spouse's higher self. This is the picture. I didn't shuffle these on screen because the heart shape is really difficult to work with, and I didn't want you guys to have to wait for me to struggle with them. So anyway, it says, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands upon your understanding of life and love. I feel like in some ways your future spouse probably is a bit embarrassed. And yeah, it's kind of coming across like they're a bit embarrassed that they have this like long history, or they had that really bad relationship with someone else that really messed them up. And to be emotionally vulnerable and to talk about it with you takes a lot of guts on their part. And, you know, they may share things with you about those relationships that you and their friends don't know. And so your future spouse has kind of come to a point of acceptance about it, about their history and their love life and where they've been and what they've learned. And they do look at it from a higher perspective of like, I've learned so much about love, and now I can recognize true love when I see it. And when I see it, it's you with true love here, right? Like everything I went through was worth it because it brought me to you. You know, that's kind of their energy that they're approaching it with. And you may mirror that. You may resonate with that energy as well if you've also been through it. But it's like every bad breakup that I went through, every pain that person caused me was expanding my understanding of what love really is by showing me what it wasn't. And so that helped me develop a greater understanding of what love truly is, and that's what brought me to you, my true love. So that's beautiful. I think that's a perfect way to end this reading. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see more readings like this, any video ideas you have. I'm open to suggestions. And I would also like to say a big thank you to everyone who has been supporting this channel. I'm so, so grateful. All right, pile 3, this was your reading. Please take care.